Welcome to Now I See. I'm Anna Choi. Our guest today is Rohan Edwards. So it sounds like you were spiritually dead before and now you have been resurrected, or born again. So speaking about being born again, tell us about your baptism.
Oh.
Did Father Jacob approach you about it, or did you approach him about being baptized?
I spoke to a few fathers about it, actually. Father Paula from Santa Brahms, Father Cyril, which is actually my confession father at Guildford, and Father Jacob. And Father Jacob said to me, when the time is right, you'll know. That's the only thing he told me. If you feel that that you're meant to be baptized, you'll know it. And I attend the masses every week, and I do a lot of traveling. So I've actually been to every church in Sydney, Queensland, and Victoria. This is before I got baptized. So I don't know if they saw me or not. I didn't really. I wasn't like going in there so people were like, "Hi, I'm here." I mostly went in there and I left. But after that, but before I got baptized, there was a camp with St. Antonio's and St. Paul's Church in Guildford. It was called A Letter from God. Now, that camp was when my life, I knew I was meant to be baptized, because at the end of the camp there was everybody there was handed a letter, and each letter had something different written in it, you know. And they told us to go off, find a place secluded by ourselves, and just read the letter. And I actually still have the letter at home, oddly enough. I read it and I just started crying. And I don't mean like crying like angry, like I was actually happy, you know. And what was funny was, it was the first time I cried in years. I didn't cry at my grandfather's funeral. I didn't cry at I never really showed much emotion, you know, at my grandfather's funeral, and I hated my life myself for it. And when I cried, I took that as my sign that my life is going to go for a big change. And
so that was the reason why.
That's when I decided. I knew as much time. I'm meant to be here. And I went back to Guildford Church. I sat down with Father Cyril. I felt sorry for him in so many different ways, because our confession, when I first met Father Cyril, our confession went for an hour and a half every Friday. The poor guy used to fall asleep with me. And then it went from an hour and a half, now it's down to about 5-10 minutes max. And that's
improved a lot.
I got to the point, it was actually one time I actually gave him a blanket and pillow because he actually fell asleep with me. And he's like, put that back in the car. I was like, just try to be nice. But getting back to, anyway, I got back to the church after the camp, and we sat down with Father Cyril, and I said, I'd like to get baptized. And he goes, okay. He said, when do you want to do it? I said, how about we do it December 3rd? And he goes, okay, great. So December 3rd, 2011, was the day I got baptized. But the day before I got baptized, I don't know if this happened with other people who've gotten baptized in the church, but I didn't get much sleep the night before.
You were too excited?
I was bouncing off the walls. I actually woke up. I was up. Sorry, I didn't wake up. Sorry, I was already awake. I didn't sleep at all that night, and I tried to sleep. I was laying in bed. I was reading. Normally, reading puts me to sleep, and it just wasn't working. And so at about 5 o'clock, I got up, out of bed, and I had a shower, and no, sorry, I had a shave first, and I actually have the photo at home of me before I shaving. There's shaving cream on my face and there's shaving cream on my head, and it's like, so I look like a dog, like a wild animal with rabies. Anyway, I'm shaved my head, and I actually cut myself back here. And it's like, you actually see in one of the photos, I actually took a few layers of skin off my head when I was shaving. And so I cut myself and I was like, ow, that hurts. And I put, what made it worse, I actually put aftershave on it, which...
Did it sting?
Yeah, I screamed. I done Macaulay Culkin's things from Home Alone. I screamed, I was like, ah! Actually, just think about it, hurts this, actually. So I got dressed in the same suit I wore when I first met Father Jacob, the grey suit, grey tie, black shoes. Okay, I didn't have any hair then. This time I didn't have any hair, and I was about to put my shoes on, and I noticed one of my soles come off the shoe. I was like, oh no! So I wasn't not happy about that. So I found a way to get over it, and I make it. My parents were, as I was getting ready to leave, my parents were just falling, either rolling out of bed or falling out of bed, and said to me, "Where are you going?" I was like, "Today's a good day to be baptized." I was like, "Okay." And my sisters and my niece, by that time, my sisters has had my two nieces and my two nephews, and they were coming to my baptism. And
But your parents didn't come?
Oh, they all came. The only ones who didn't come was my sister lives in Ballina. She has, I can understand her reason, because she had 4 boys to deal with, not including the husband. 5 including the husband. So 5 boys to deal with, and I said to them, "We'll record it. Someone will record it, and I'll put it on Facebook so you can see it." And I was like, and so they still got to see it. And anyway, my sister rocks up. My parents rock up to the church. I gave them the address, and they found it rather well. And I stuck to the way the church is on Sundays. I said to them, girls are on the right, men are on the left. And my sister Kathleen was not very happy about that. Like, she wanted to sit with my husband.
She thought it was a bit weird.
Yeah, she thought it was a bit strange, but since it's the church, she said okay. So what they done, they actually sat on the aisles, like next to the aisles, so next to each other pretty much still. And I got after that we'll take them to the back room, and they done the oils, and I was doing everything they told me to say. They say a whole bunch of things like renouncing Satan and all that, and I done that, and I was actually laughing. Well, I was standing there, I was laughing, and I don't know. I was actually really happy. I was really excited, and I was like, from here on, my life is going to be totally different. And from that, and I was actually asked when I was what saint do I want to be baptized under, and I chose Saint Mark for 2 reasons. Because Saint Mark's church was the first church I ever went to when I first came to the Coptic Orthodox church. So that was a main reason I chose Saint Mark's. And these days, at church I prefer to be called Mark, not Rohan, because I don't know. I actually prefer Mark at church. It's hard to explain. I don't exactly know real reason why, but I actually prefer Mark at church.
Yeah, it's your new name now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But when I get back to the baptism now, when they put me in the water, Father Schnuder came up to me, and he kind of got scared because he saw the gash on the side of my head. He goes to me, "That didn't happen coming into the water, did you?" I was like, Oh no! I done that at home when I was at home. It's like, oh, phew. It's like, okay then. And it was like, okay, what? He explained me what's going to happen, and I actually did kind of freeze because I don't know if Father's Serial probably remembers this. He probably wouldn't, because he actually made us, because I was really excited. I was really hyped up. He just wanted me to relax, mellow down a bit. He said to me, "Yeah, Rowan, don't worry. It doesn't happen very often. It's very rare that we drown people." And I went from really excited to like, truly uptight. He's like, I was just staring. It's like, and Father Shenouda comes up and he goes, "What's wrong?" He goes, "Oh, the Serial said you drown people." He says, "He was joking. Relax." I was like, okay. So they put their hands. They put me in the water, and the very first time there was a bit of struggle because I was a bit nervous, and after that I was okay.
It wasn't very deep, was it?
No, but I honestly climbing into it, I didn't want to get back out of it, because it was nice and warm. But I think the funniest thing I ever heard was one of my nieces was there when they saw me being baptized, and they actually asked my dad, their grandfather, they go, "Gander, why is Ron in the bathtub fully clothed?" And my dad says, "Because he doesn't want to scare the fathers." And I was like, and I actually heard that. I was like, "Thanks, Dad. That's just lovely." And my mum forgot her camera. She wanted to record it, but she took photos. And my friend George Iskander, I actually thought he was taking photos. Or at one time, it looks like he was actually texting someone, but he's actually making room on his phone to record my baptism. And he actually records me in the water, and it's actually on Facebook. And what I didn't realize was I actually thought he just put photos up on there, and I was like, there was one rectangle with a triangle in the middle. I was thinking it was this better not be a video, but it was actually the video of me in the water. I was like, oh no. I kind of got nervous. But
unfortunately, we have run out of time. Thank you for your time today, and tune into our next episode of Now I See to hear the rest of Rowan's story.